Sometimes you feel like you're doing a lot, but nothing's coming out of it. It's like you've been planting the trees, but none of these trees are bearing fruit for you. It's been years of this, and it's exhausting, it's tiring. Even a day's worth of working so hard to see nothing happen is extremely stressful and worrying. All I want to do is achieve my goals. All I want to do is live the life that I want to live and find the most fulfillment doing it. But why is it so hard to see the progress that we're making? What is it that is blocking us from recognizing the growth? Or are we receiving any growth at all? Well, I can promise you, if you're dedicated to the task at hand, if you've got a dream, if you've got a goal, and you have plans to work towards it, I promise you things are happening and you probably don't even realize it. The only thing now is, how do you recognize the major growth happening in your life? And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that using a journal. And honestly, it's as simple as that. Just pick up a journal. And that will change your life significantly. You will recognize more than you've ever recognized in your entire life. And that gratitude will stack up and allow you to make greater growth and to achieve more than you ever have. But it is true. Oftentimes, when the good things happen in our life, these miracles in our life happen. You probably saw me talk about this in the last video. If you watched it, I'm creating a series on journaling. But if you did watch the last video, it was called something like "Why Journaling Makes You Do What You Said You'd Do." If you watched that, you heard me say that sometimes good things happen in our life, but because we didn't recognize them, we didn't take a moment to think about them, our brain doesn't prioritize it. It casts it off. And that's extremely demotivating, if that's even a word. Demotivating. It's extremely demotivating when you have a dream and you've been working so hard towards it and you see nothing coming out of it. So today with this video, my goal is for you guys to make a commitment with yourselves to start journaling. Start writing down these small wins that you have every single day. And the whole purpose of that, when you write down these wins that you have every single day, just the small ones, your brain will start prioritizing just the recognition, the pattern recognition. It'll start reaching out and it'll start showing you, hey, this analytic works really well. As you're writing this book, this format or this formula, this pattern of story works extremely well to pull the strings of the readers or even yourself as the author. It doesn't matter what your goal is, your brain will prioritize whatever information it needs to make you better. And even on the path of just recognizing the growth that is happening, I'd be doing you guys an extreme disservice if I didn't say that on the path of anything good, God reveals many, many miracles. But so often we just don't recognize it. What happens when we don't write these things down? Well, God sees, just like the parable of the talents. You don't use those talents. Again, I use this same exact reference in the last video. If you don't use those talents, God will quickly and swiftly take them away. If you don't use these experiences, if you don't write them down, if you don't take a moment to recognize them, God will take them away. And He has the power to do that and the authority, and He's all right to do that. Why would God give you a gift if you can't even appreciate it for a second? So celebrate even the small growth just by writing it down. Growth motivates greater success. When you see the growth, you succeed like never before. You 10x all of your goals. Here's a habit I've used in my journal to recognize the growth, to track it, and to see what I want, and to see how my life is changing before my own eyes. And this is what I did in 2025, and I'll probably do again. This was a graph I created to track how well I was playing, because that was important to me. How much am I playing? Because sometimes I'll work or I'll rest more than I actually play. Then how much did I rest? That was important to me as well. And then how much will I work? And then I had this purple one to recognize how I was burnt out. This is one idea, right? And I would just track on a scale of 1 to 10, how much work did I get done today? I'll put a 9. How much play did I get done today? 3. I didn't really play as much. How much rest did I get? 5. You get the point. And the whole purpose of this was to balance these activities in my life so that I felt that things were fulfilling. And I felt if I could track those 3 metrics, I would find fulfillment. And that burnout was just to show me, and so that I could recognize the patterns, like say the days I didn't play or the days I didn't rest enough, how burnt out did I feel? And it helped me to recognize what kind of habits were more fulfilling to me? What did I prioritize the most? Other things I did is I would make these checkbox missions. This would help me to recognize what small wins I had in the day. So, for example, right here, you'll see all these little check boxes that I marked off. And they were like missions like I wanted to, like one question, ask mom what unique things I offer to my students because I teach art class and my mom also teaches with me. And so, as private art teachers, I want to know what unique teachings do I offer to the students so that I could create content better. And I also had a couple other things like I said, another goal, real talk, life plans and concerns. I wanted to have like a little real talk session with myself. So by setting these goals, I prioritized the time and I'd made accomplishments that I could measurably track and see before my own eyes. It could be something simple like routine times that you do journal. Like, for example, my wife and I, we journal and we have a meeting every single Monday to plan our finances and things like that. Just by achieving or getting to that meeting, that was a major win in my day. And I would fill up pages worth in my journal that I could see the growth in, or I could see the revelation we were receiving, the solutions to problems that we were having. And that was exciting. Anyways, you get the point. But what I'm trying to get at is, you need to start tracking your wins. You need to start writing them down. You need that record of growth so that one day when you do achieve something great or you do get somewhere, you can look back and see the hand of the Lord in your life the way you didn't see it before. And I can promise you, this does happen. It happened to me this past year. It's really easy to forget what good things people have done for you. Most importantly, what God has done for you. When we've been praying for help. We've been praying for this guidance from God. And if we don't take the time to think about what he's done, if we don't take the time to recognize what we've achieved with our goals, we're doing ourselves an extreme disservice as well as God. So grow like never before. Become someone you've never been before, someone that you want to be. I promise you can do that with a journal. My name is Gabriel Bowman. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I would really love to see you guys every single week. And without further ado, I'll see you next time. Bye.